Digital branding, task 1, brand analysis. I'm going to measure how effective a chosen company brand is in my case study by looking at these key elements: brand identity and impact, demographics, core brand values, and social media strategy. Okay, let's look at brand identity and impact. Looking around for examples of a business that needs a rebrand, I came across line.co.uk. Line primarily develops e-learning courses and offers advice on training strategies. Now, looking at the logo, it has no visual semiotic reference and no impact. The words are all uppercase and appear slender, which gives the impression it's a formal organisation. The website looks dated and uncreative. Now, looking at Oxford Learning Lab's guidelines on what constitutes a brand. A brand is a cluster of functional and emotional values that enables a company to make a promise about a unique and welcome experience. So Line's ambiguous logo makes no promise at all. As for functionality, the potential customer at least knows the name of the company. I think the logo is a very important part of the brand message, as well as the website colours and design. The colour scheme and design online looks more suitable for an engine parts website. Now, looking at demographics. The demographics suggest they provide their services mainly to businesses, but they also have clients from government departments. Some of the clients include Volvo, British Airways, British Telecom, Ministry of Defence, and HM Revenue and Customs. Now, looking at the core brand values. Well, Line don't say what core brand values they have, but looking at their about page, I extrapolated some of this information. They're a results-focused company. They say they like giving support from design to implementation. They want to continue to be leaders in an emerging industry. Now, looking at their social media strategy. Their social media strategy consists of Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. On Twitter, there appears to be frequent tweets, and we also see the appearance of an L logo on the Twitter website, but it's only a favicon on the main website. They carry on the same black and red theme. Also on Twitter, they are called Line Communications, but there's no reference to this on their main website. Facebook, again, regular posts, but again different graphics from the main website and from Twitter. The graphics at the top of their Facebook page is overstretched and beginning to pixelate. And the additional image that represents Line is of a dog sniffing a woman's bag while a phantom graduate walks out of a laptop. But on the positive side, it does look more polished than their other images, even though it is quite abstract. So we can see here continuity is a bit of an issue. On a plus point though, they are involved in raising money for Red Nose Day, so that ticks the box for social responsibility. Now on LinkedIn, we see another face of the brand, but with all the colour drained out, and yet another tweak to the logo. Yet another tweak to the graphics and to the text. A badly cropped picture slapped onto a background that doesn't match is the banner that welcomes a consumer. They don't even have a message to engage or inform the user. The videos have been there for months and in most cases years, so we could assume the conversation is over here and they have nothing more to say. So overall, the brand is not being utilized very well and the visual message is fragmented and confused. Task 2. Branding strategy and application. So in task 2, I'm going to begin the reconstruction under the following topics: renewing brand identity and impact, widening demographics, renewing core brand values, improving social media strategy, reconstructing brand utilization and continuity. Okay, let's start with renewing brand identity and impact. I conclude that Lion is in need of a rebrand. They might argue that they are different because they are mainly business to business. However, when I look at this example quoted in Brand Bible, I'm inclined to disagree. Playboy, Oprah, and Disney would appear to have little in common. Media icons, yes, but vastly different takes on what is meaningful content. Each brand began with a vision of a single person that sought to create a brand experience that taps into the cultural mythologies. They branded out in numerous media, giving the consumer different avenues to experience the brand. So we can see at the heart of a diverse range of brands, there's a synergy between the concept of the brand and how it is realized in the real world. Successful brands have their ecosystem in the consumer's consciousness that speaks directly to the values and expectations of their demographic. So focusing on the logo, which I feel is at the core of the brand, because it begins a semiotic dialogue with the viewer before they've even began to digest the textual information. I think in this case, it's important to engage with the rules and conventions of semiotics. After all, human beings are creatures of habit. As E. Schroeder outlined in Brand Culture, there are some caveats to successfully creating or renewing a brand. A brand cannot create a total innovation to avoid the risk of rejection by the market because of an unacceptable degree of newness or strangeness. A brand, therefore, must communicate and build its rhetorical power on existing market codes, using a psychological framework which is familiar to the market actors, i.e. consumers and retailers. We can see quite clearly there's a framework to operate in. So this leads me to think of graphic signifiers with a genre of e-learning that could be encompassed within the Lion logo. I think my decision was further reinforced by another extract from Brand Cultures. It means that a brand should position its products, even if it deforms them, into existing market categories, existing terminology, etc. Brand innovation should always be zigzagging between two extremes, which are pure originality and banality. A brand discourse, thus always more or less, is utopian in nature. So I considered the legacy and ethos of Lion when taking the rebrand forward. I thought the Lion logo should be in blue, which represents business, with the Vine Hand ITC font as its italic, which represents movement. It's also a handwriting font, which evokes the idea that Lion is personable and approachable. The first letter is capitalized, but the other letters are lowercase. making it less formal than all capitals, but not as laid back as all lowercase. Okay, at this stage we've got a text logo with some energy, but I want to go further and add some pictorial semiotic signifiers that instantly gives an insight into what the company represents. So I looked at a range of images that represent online interaction and learning, and I opted for the stereotypical computer mouse recognized by every computer user, and a mortarboard, a symbol of education and achievement. I wanted the images to flow into the word line, where line acted as a conduit from one icon to the other. To me, the fluidity also represented the agility of the company to move with the times and to deliver on a promise. The purple icons represent quality of service. They stand out against the blue to emphasize a company standing out from the typical competition. Now the logo becomes language independent and enters a visual discourse. Now let's look at widening the demographic. Well, the core demographic of business and government doesn't need to change, but more clients will be attracted to a company with a stronger identity. Line would add more status and value to their brand by having a more consistent visual and textual message. Now, renewing core brand values. Well, I chose these brand values for Line, and they are delivering accurate and engaging quality content, creating new and innovative ways to educate and inspire, having an ear for customer needs, and an ability to act on their desires. Now looking at their new social media strategy, here's an outline of what they can do on the 5 social media platforms they already use. Twitter, more regular tweets and updates on the latest trends, a few time-limited special offers. Facebook, engaging articles on products that they sell, invite discussion and have competitions to win educational DVDs, or perhaps short taster courses on their e-learning products. With LinkedIn, promote the ethos of the company, discuss the corporate profile, and align themselves with successful brands who share the same values. Now as for YouTube, they could have mini seminars and discussions, showing products in action, show video replies to customer questions. They could even have the making of videos, showing customers behind the scenes. So basically keeping it fresh and keeping the conversation ongoing. Now moving on to brand utilization and continuity. I suggest that identity should be formal but approachable, showing elements of creativity and wisdom but grounded in a pragmatic attention to detail. This would improve their identity and make brand utilization much more effective. All the activities should be measured with goals in mind, whether it's brand awareness or more sales. This will help Line to focus more on the quality of what they put out and give them a better idea of what to focus on or cut their losses on. In terms of continuity, they need to set a quality standard on what images and messages they put out. Consistent, relevant content across all platforms will stimulate a discussion and create brand value.